How do I fill in my speech information when I'm speaking? So filling in your speech information, this of course assumes, how do you fill in your speech information? This assumes you're working a path. And I think everybody in our club is currently working a path. So I'm going to sign up for speaker slot. I'm just going to grab speaker slot here. And one of the paths, I'm going to start doing engaging humor again, second time. So I'm going to go up here. Now, when you click here, you get, this is the whole long list of all the paths and every exercise in it. It is a long list. One of the, everybody does an icebreaker. The single most common mistake that people make when filling out this thing is they go, oh, there's the icebreaker, and grab it. Now you know what it says, pathways, dynamic leadership. I'm not doing dynamic leadership. I'm doing engaging humor. So I've just grabbed the wrong exercise. Okay, let's go back here. See this collapse all button? This is priceless. Hit collapse all. Now, all we have is pathways, path titles. So I'm going to go down to, oh, look, there's engaging humor. I go over, hit the plus. Now I have only the engaging humor stuff open, and I can see what level it is, L1, L1, L2, L3, L's of the level. So I can go icebreaker. Okay, there's my engaging humor icebreaker. Simple. If you want the project description, the pathways project description, you can click here. If you want the evaluation form, you can click here. That evaluation button is really there for whoever's assigned to evaluate me. They can go into the agenda and click there and get the eval form. But I'm going to enter my project. Being funny underwater. I'm making this up. and I'm gonna create a speech title. Speech intro. And I want to write a good speech intro because the Toastmaster will often come in here and print the intros right from this web page. And
so while you're on that,
sure.
How do you pronounce that first word that you typed?
What's this?
No, go ahead, pronounce the first word that you typed.
That's just gibberish. Yeah, I'm just.
I wish you'd given it a try.
So, but whatever you type here, don't forget whatever you grab in terms of whatever you grab here, whatever you type here, don't forget to hit save. Because if you don't hit save and you leave this page, it was not saved. And there have been plenty of times I've gone and gone, oh, that's my exercise, there's my title. I spend 5 minutes thinking about my intro and I forget to click save and I have to do it all again. Now, we may take the time out to show people how to use this tool if you're the Toastmaster. And if we do that, you'll see how to print intros and it's useful. But enter your intro here, and I'm just going to put stuff here rather than have that saved. So that's how you enter your information. And what will happen is on an agenda, it would say Kyle Hall, engaging humor, level 1 icebreaker, and the title of the speech. The intro will not print on the agenda, but it'll tell them everything else.
I have a question. So
sure.
If for some reason you have something that you're working on that's not a pathway speech, what would you do?
Okay. So let's say I was doing a pathway speech and now I'm not. Can I go up to unselect? I don't know if I can go up to unselect. Educational series, other manual and non-manual speeches.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Custom 3 to 5, custom speeches. Yeah. So you can go,
Oh, great.
Yeah. So this is a custom 6 to 8 minute speech. And you save it.
Mhm.
And the value here is it lets us know what you're doing and what you're not doing. And this is saved in the history of the club, in the history of the website. It keeps track of what you've done. So if I've done my icebreaker and my exercise number 2 in level 1 and my exercise number 3 in level 1, I may have forgotten what I've done. I can go back and look at a report. It'll show me what speeches I've given and where I am. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yep. It's very useful. A lot of people lose track of where they are, especially if they have a prolonged absence from the club. Any other questions about adding your project information to the agenda?
No.
Okay.
May I ask a question?
Yes, you may.
Kyle, if we would like, for example, some pass, some project, I want to make it twice. So how should I choose the path? I say it again. How do I choose the correct path and project?
How do you choose the correct path?
I mean, if I want to say it again, how do I choose the path from this list, from the list?
Okay, so let me see if I understand your question. You've done the speech once, you wanted to give it again.
Yeah, right, correct. I want to give again.
Okay,
yeah.
So let's say that, let me go back to what I was doing, engaging humor, and let's say I went up to level 3, engage your audience with humor. And it's a 5 to 7 minute speech. If I were going to do a humorous speech, that's the project I would use. And I would enter my information, blah, blah, blah. Now, I go to another day and I want to give the project again, the very same project. So let me go to the following meeting, November 29th. And don't worry, Karen, I'll go through and clean up after myself. Oh, all of these are taken. So I grabbed the wrong day. There's something going on that day. Oh, that's the communicating across language barriers. Okay, so let's go to December. So I'm going to sign up for this day, and I want to repeat the speech because I'm working it. I'm crafting my speech. I want feedback. So I brought this up. I'm going to collapse. First thing I do, hit collapse. Go down and find the one I want. I want engaging humor. I hit plus. Now I can scroll down, and I went with engage your audience with humor. And my title was not being funny. And I'm going to go stuff 2. Now, you'll notice it saves. Free Toast Host, the club website, is not watching to make sure you don't do something twice. It allows you, I could use the same project every single time I give a speech if I wanted to. The club website's not going to say, hey, you haven't made any progress in your path, or you've ignored these other exercises in your path. It's not that sophisticated. The VPE might look at it and go, what the heck are you doing, Kyle? The Vice President of Education might ask me what you're doing. Now, maybe I'm getting ready for a humorous speech contest and I'm practicing my talk over and over and over again. Okay.
But you could also use a custom.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes, I could.
So I have to mark in here, like you show the stuff second, right? Remark on here.
So
on the intro.
yes.
On the intro.
Yes, the introduction.
Yeah, introduction. And I say it's the second time or yeah. Yeah, correct.
Yep. Now,
Thank you.
I want to let you know there is one project Actually, there's a couple of projects where you're supposed to do something more than once. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to collapse all. Go to engaging humor. Now, if you remember in the option 1, option 2, there it is, evaluation and feedback. In the evaluation and feedback project, you're supposed to give a speech, get feedback on it, and then come back and give the speech again. So in that case, you would grab the first one, because this is the first. There's actually 3 parts to that project. The first is give a speech. The second is give the speech again. The third is evaluate somebody and get feedback on your evaluation. And that's the first part, is feedback number 1. That's the first speech. The second one is giving the second speech. And the third one is giving the evaluation. So in that instance, for this particular project, TI, or I should say the people who set up Free Toast Toast, they've given you the 3 things separately that you can select. Any other questions on that?